So back in the day, I had a beautiful home, and I was a happy little frog, just living in my swamp and enjoying the water and growing my garden, and I was perfectly content where I was. And then that rascal, that jellyfish Johnny, he came into my world and he ripped me out of it and he changed me and he threw me around and he did everything that he could to get me to change. And then he threw me in the ocean and I became a jellyfish. And now I'm a jellyfish. I don't quite know how to deal with that. So I love all my other jellyfish teammates, but I'm angry at that jellyfish Johnny, and I'm gonna make him pay for taking me out of my swamp. So that was totally weird. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, here I am on the set, and Shed Wars 22 Northern Hemisphere is starting. And in case you haven't heard, I have moved over to the It Won't Grow team. And so I am really hopeful that I can reach my goals of 200 pounds this year. That would double. Actually, I did about 130 pounds this year, so maybe I should aim for 250 because I would like to double my production in the garden this year. Now, before I get started, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have going on in my grow room, and then I'll come back and chit chat with you a little bit more at the end. It's so good to see you. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that spring is here. It's the first day of spring, and I'm so excited. My garden is, as you know, it's my happy place, so I can't wait for it to be up and running and my weight contributing and my knowledge that I'm learning. Because as you know, I am just learning about gardening. This will be my third year, hopefully another successful year of gardening. Last year was better than anything I had done before. And the year before that, that was my first successful year of gardening. It was semi-successful year of gardening. And then before that, I had done things like growing herbs and stuff like that that I was successful at. I never really had a garden or space for a garden before, and I didn't know all the little tricks and tips about growing vertically and growing in pots and just all those kinds of things that can really extend a small growing area. So yeah, I'm super excited for the season. Let's dig right in. So I know I follow Bunky's gardening advice probably more often than anyone else's. Maybe because she brings it down, she brings it to my level where I can understand what's actually going on. Because I'm not much of a gardener. This is all still pretty new to me. Anyway, this is a fantastic tip that she had for growing tomatoes. So I am putting in a bunch of cherry tomatoes. I've actually got indigo rose. I've got some chocolate cherry tomatoes. And then I've got some black cherry and some white cherry tomatoes. And so I'm actually going to crowd seed them in this bucket, and then they're all going into the same bed together. I'm not going to be trying to save the seeds or anything like that. So they're going to go how they go. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of these seeds. These ones here I'm just going to sprinkle in. These are the chocolate cherry tomatoes. So I put all those seeds in, and then I've got my dirt here. I've got my bucket of dirt here that I've pre-mixed up. And it's wet already. And I'm just going to sprinkle a layer of that on top of there. and move it over, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it just like that with that one little layer of dirt over top of those seeds, and we're going to go ahead and let them come up. And the really cool trick, okay, so you can see, oh, or can you see? You can't see, but almost my whole hand goes down. Like I've only got maybe 2 inches in the bottom of that bucket. And so with tomatoes, as they're growing up, they have little fine little hairs on them. And each of those little hairs, when they get under dirt, will create more roots for your plants. So every time they get up a little bit higher, I will add in more dirt and let them just keep growing. So yeah, that's it. Tomatoes planted. It's time! I am going to harvest the first of my 3 peppers that I have growing inside here. This one you can see it's just starting to turn orange. And these 2 are nicely orange. I don't think they're going to turn red, but I'm going to pull this littler one off of here, and you can watch. I'm just going to pull it upwards until it snaps off. Ah! And I'm going to drop it on the ground. Well, maybe they will turn red. I'm going to leave this other one here for a little bit longer, but yeah, that is going in my scramble today. So, woohoo, let's go weigh it. So just look at all those tomatoes that have popped up. So I am going to wait until they get a couple leaves on them, but I can see a couple of them are a little bit floppy. So I'm going to pull those up, and I'm going to shake the dirt off a little bit. And then I'm going to sniff that root. Now, if you don't like to get, if you're worried about getting a snout full of dirt, you can always rinse the root off in a little bit of water. Get it all cleaned up. And then just give it a sniff. Bye till next time.